gosh, Friday get here, Friday get here. Need the weekend, need a break. Ow! Dropped my keys on thing. Hey all, welcome back to my channel, aka my digital journal. If you are new here, welcome to the chaos that is my life. Welcome to the family. If you like the content, subscribe, like, share. So let's get right into it. TGIF, it's Friday. It's Friday. Usually I'm not as happy for it to be Friday because, wow, why your music so loud? You know, it's not like I have one of them super dreary jobs where I'm like, oh my, yeah, like, I enjoy my weekend, but it's not that bad. But this week, y'all, this week was intense. When I tell y'all intense, and you know what, I kind of feel like this is how a regular week goes, but the fact that I have not been to the office for a full week in possibly about 2 months, it feels like it was a super intense week. So yeah, it was draining, but I made it. So now I'm in traffic on the way to the family house in the west. There was a couple drops of rain. The floor is wet. There's some puddles, so of course traffic. I am going to take a shower and get ready to head back out. Your girl is staying up on her 40 finement, the social bucket, where I was like one outing per month. Let me just flash back to October to let you all know that I did go out in October. I went to meet one of my friends for dinner. Yeah, I guess you could say it was dinner and a catch up. I was gonna say drinks. It definitely wasn't drinks, it was dinner. This month I have a lime this evening with the Helping Her Foundation committee. We are having our little get together in South, so we venturing far. Well, not far, but you know what I mean, out of the usual. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, get ready for that, and y'all are coming with me because y'all spending the whole weekend with me. This is gonna be a weekend vlog, so we're gonna get ready and then we're gonna come back and head south, and then we have a couple things to do this weekend, so let's do it. Alright guys, so I just made it down to south. We are in C3. Your girl is out on a Friday night. Look at me. Guys, the decorations in C3 are so cute. I really like these lights going down here. I have to pay attention now before I roll down my stairs, y'all. Good morning, my lovely people. Y'all, this is why I don't go anywhere. I am perishing. Y'all, I'm so tired. I got home a little after 12, maybe 12:15ish, somewhere there. And I took a very quick shower and I jumped straight in my bed. First of all, I couldn't fall asleep right away, so I put on Married at First Sight and I was watching that for a little bit. And then I started getting that, like, you're so tired, you're feeling sick feeling. So I was like, okay, turn off TV and just close your eyes, you'll fall asleep eventually. I obviously did. I have no idea what time. Anyways, so then my alarm went off this morning because I am on my way to the doctor. And y'all, I feel like when I was in my early 30s or late 20s and I went to the club or a fete or something and get home like 4 o'clock in the morning after having about 10 drinks, like just beat up, like a bus hit you. Like that is how I feel this morning. Mind you, I had 3/4 of one margarita, plug for 519 in C3, hands down the best spicy margarita I've tasted to date, and that is including the ones I've had abroad. Yeah. Anyways, 3/4 of a margarita, because first of all, it was so big that I was actually full. Like I could not drink the whole thing. I was just genuinely full. My stomach was full. So that's to tell you, your girl didn't even have one full drink. I came home like about 12:15. I didn't even drive, so it's not to say like, oh, I was so tired from driving and things. And I'm perishing. Like I cannot wait for this doctor's appointment to finish so I could go back and take a little napsy. So yeah. So anyway, like I said, I'm on the way to the doctor's. I am actually going to the gynecologist for a routine checkup. I know I promised you guys a vlog for like the longest while about my feminine reproductive journey, or I guess conditions, medical conditions. Most of you would know, or maybe not, because y'all, we crossed 600 followers, like subscribers. Thank you, y'all. I have been diagnosed with endometriosis, suspected around 15, diagnosed officially when I was 17 or 18, can't remember. And then about 3 years ago I was diagnosed with adenomyosis, and then last year I was told I had a lot of fibroids. So a couple things going on down there. I've been on different hormonal treatments, had 4 surgeries to date, and so I routinely have to go to the gynecologist just to check up and make sure that, like, you know, things in order down there. So that's what we're doing this morning. Going for a checkup. Gonna park like a boss. This is just where I'll big up myself when I get out the car and realize that I park like a real boss, because I just did that. Usually your girl would have scraped up her rims on the sidewalk and like where I parked. I did not, so I'm so proud of myself. Alright, so we're at the doctor's office. This is it in Woodbrook. I will put all his details below. Specialist gynecologist uncle, that's him.
You know, your ovaries and you have to start to work, you know?
Mm-hmm. Alright, y'all, so the first examination went fairly okay. I'll give you all details after, but I'm now going to the car to get my water. Ow! Drop my keys on thing. Because he wants me to fill my bladder to do a second examination. So I went to get my water cup and we're going back in. Come with me dairy-free shopping in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, specifically Trinidad. So the first thing that I'm looking for is my Keitel Greek yogurt, which is dairy-free Greek yogurt. Y'all see the prices? Dairy-free life is not it. Next up, dairy-free cheese. This is the brand that I like the most, and I love when it's on special because it's already expensive. I also absolutely love these feta crumbles to put in my salad. And then last but not least, I'm gonna get some dairy-free creamer for my tea as my treat this month. I'm gonna go with the Afro hazelnut. I was gonna go with this nut pod pistachio, but the financial adulting person in me said go with the bigger one for the same price. Yeah. So this is what my basket looks like. Dairy-free Greek yogurt, feta crumbles, mozzarella slides, hazelnut creamer for my tea, little treats of some dairy-free chocolate covered peanuts. Small packet in this big packet. Well, everywhere has their decorations up. This is Massey Stores, Trinity. It's like everywhere I go has up their Christmas decorations. It's making me more excited to put up mine, but I still need to clean the house, y'all. The cleaner that I used to use to clean my house has now changed what he does. He's now servicing ACs instead of cleaning houses. So I need to find somebody to give my house a nice deep clean. I mean, I clean every weekend, but you know, like a deep Christmas clean. Alright, so now it's time to get a little avocado from my avocado man. Let's get it. I'm just gonna pull up right next to him. Can I please have one avocado that's ready to eat?
Yeah. 20, 25, 50.
25?
25.
No, thank you. Thank you. Well, if it's not good, I know where to come. Thank you. You too.
I tell pastors everywhere I go, the thing that is hindering you the most is your calendar. You're too busy. You're too busy. You were telling guy anybody last night.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing okay today. I know I said this was a weekend vlog, but it actually turned into a little bit more because the week has now started and I'm actually working from home today because I'm having some cramping in my pelvic area, and I decided to use this as the opportunity to finally tell my story. Hopefully I could help someone, or you know, just raise awareness. I was diagnosed with endometriosis in my teenage years, later teenage years. I want to say maybe like 17, 18. It was suspected when I was around 15 that I had it, but you have to have a laparoscopy, which is a exploratory surgery kind of thing, to confirm that you have it. So yeah, endometriosis technically I've had in my teens to current day, and adenomyosis I would have been diagnosed in 2023, so just a few years. I could have had it before, but they only picked up on it and diagnosed me in 2023. So let's get into what they are. Endometriosis is when the endometrial tissue, and when I say endometrial tissue, that is referring to the uterine lining of your uterus, uterine lining. That is found outside of your uterus, and this can be anywhere from on the uterus to on your ovaries, fallopian tubes, stomach, rectum, like anywhere in your body it can grow. That just is what it is. Why, how, I can't explain it. Most doctors can't even explain it. It just happens. Adenomyosis is when the same uterine lining, and when I say lining, y'all imagine like the paint on a wall, so it's like the lining, not the wall itself. That lining is now found in the actual membrane wall. So imagine that paint is inside the cement in the bricks of the wall, right? So it's in the wall. So one of them is it's found in different parts of your body. The other one, it's in the actual walls of your uterus. Very similar in terms of symptoms. The main symptom, pain, y'all. I cannot even begin to explain the level of pain that you can experience depending on how severe your conditions are. I have literally passed out, like unconscious, because of pain. I have not been able to walk because of pain, not been able to move because of pain, not been able to do simple things like take a tinkle and use the bathroom, because I'm in so much pain that I cannot put any additional pressure in that area. It is debilitating, the level of pain that I've had to endure for over 2 decades of my life. So number one symptom, pain. And let me just say, everybody's experience is very different. You may not experience all the symptoms that somebody else has, or all the symptoms that are typically known with these different conditions. I'm here just talking about my symptoms. So that was number one, the pain. Secondly, we're going to talk about the flu, because it's like a river. Like, typically, it is recommended that you change your sanitary products every 4 to 6 hours. That is for an average, normal menstruating person. Y'all, I am talking like I would have had to change like every 45 minutes to an hour. Like, and that's being generous of me, you know, just not going and do it when I probably needed to. Because let me also, I'm getting like real and real deep in this one. Like, I given all the details. So if you don't want all the gory details, I recommend that you stop watching here, right? Y'all, it's so bad that I would wear like a super or a super X. I don't know what you call the orange tampon. It's like there's the green, which is the super, and then there's the like extra super or the super, whatever is the orange one. I would wear the orange one and an overnight pad. So y'all know those are like the long ones. So like no leakage happening. I would wear both at the same time and still have to change within like 45 minutes to an hour. And the entire tampon would be full, as well as there would be flow on the pad, like heavy. So that's number two. And I'll touch back on the flow just now. The next thing for me personally is the digestive issues. If you know, you know, and you all would have seen it in vlogs before, Power Men Zero. Y'all, I always have Power Men Zero on me, or if I don't, I'm asking somebody if they have. Like, the nausea. I constantly am in a state of feeling to throw up, and the Power Men's just kind of help settle my stomach a little bit. So I'm always feeling nauseous. I can vary between constipation and diarrhea. It really depends. And then the level of gas that I suffer with. Y'all, I can't even fast with my church, because typically, you know, when you break a fast, even intermittent fasting with like dieting and stuff, I can't do it. When you break a fast, you usually have like some brothy soup or some tea, something light, some fruit, and then you have like a meal. I could do the fast during the day. I could not eat. But you see, when I break that fast and food mixes with the gas in my stomach, you're sick for days. Cramping, vomiting, diarrhea, like cool sweating, like sick. And then not even with fasting, just in general, if I don't eat properly during a day, I get so sick with gas. Like, it's bad. So digestive issues for me. Chronic fatigue. So when I say tired, I don't mean like, oh, a little sleepy, I got 1 hour less sleep last night. No, I will sleep a full 7 to 8 hours that you're supposed to get and wake up like I have not slept in a week. Like, and it's not just, oh, I'm tired. It's literally my body has no energy to do anything. Like, I feel like I'm going to pass out or just flatline while I drive into work or something. Like, you literally feel like you cannot control the kind of fatigue you're feeling. Like, your body literally just wants to drop down. Crazy. So that's that. I would say for me, those are the most severe symptoms that I've faced. I just want to add in with the pain, it's not only in my pelvic area. I also get pain in my back, pain in my legs. Like, the pain could be anywhere in my body. Those are the main things for me. There are other symptoms in terms of painful intercourse, infertility. I can't even remember right now, but there's a lot of other symptoms. You guys could Google it. These are just the ones that I go through. So I want to recommend to you, if you are having any of these symptoms, please go talk to a medical professional, because it's not normal. It is not normal at all. Oh, abnormal bleeding. I was not regular at all for years. Like, I would have periods 2-3 times a month, which is basically the whole month. But anyway, if you have any symptoms, please go and talk to a medical professional. They are not normal. If you cannot pop 2 Advil and be fine with pain during your cycle, something is wrong, right? Excessive pain is not a normal period. Putting it out there. If you have to change your pad earlier than 4 hours, constantly, so during the whole cycle, go see your doctor. Something is wrong. So anyhow, fast forward, I have had like 3 surgeries in the past, right? All to cut out the tissue, burn out the tissue. There's no cure. It will always grow back and you'll have to have a next surgery. So surgery. So fast forward now to 2023, and I moved back to Trinidad. I had to do a medical for a new job that I was starting. And in this medical, the doctor says to me, "Are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, I mean, I'm a little stressed, you know, with the whole moving back to Trinidad and whatever, like, but yeah, I feel fine. What's the issue? She was like, your, what do you call it, blood count is 5. Are you not feeling like really low on energy, fighting to catch your breath? Like, you sure you're feeling okay? And I was like, well, now that you mention it, I mean, I thought I was just gaining weight and, you know, not fit, losing my breath, going upstairs and stuff. A regular female's blood count is supposed to be 12. I had under half of the blood in my body that I needed to basically survive. She wanted to rush me to the hospital immediately to get a blood transfusion. And I was like, absolutely not. That sounds very scary. In retrospect, when I looked it up after, it's really not that big of a deal. But at the time, I was like, absolutely not. There has to be another way. No. So she put me on a whole bunch of iron treatments to get my blood levels up, right? So same time now, I am going to the gynecologist, because why am I on like week 6 of my period? Like, it is just not stopping. It's not super heavy, but it's just not stopping. And he started giving me a whole bunch of different hormonal treatments to get it to stop. Nothing is working, like nothing. So he sends me now to a specialist, Dr. Narayansingh, who then diagnoses me officially with the adenomyosis. And it's like, no, like, you need to have surgery like right away. And I'm like, what? So I had to take all the iron supplements and stuff to build up my blood levels, because I could not have the surgery until my blood count got to at least 12. So I had to wait about 3 weeks taking all these different medications to get my blood count up. If not, I would have had to have the blood transfusion and then the surgery. So did that, got my blood count up, gone into surgery for a routine laparoscopy, which is basically, I'm gonna put a little diagram here, where you insert like these tubes into small incisions, like maybe half an inch. I have several on my stomach. And you put the tube in, one with a camera on the end, one with a light on the end, one with a tool to like cut or burn the tissue. I was like, okay, bet. I've done this like 3 times already. Like, recovery is about a week. It's not that bad, whatever. You don't even get stitches because it cut small. Y'all, all I remember is waking up and screaming down West Shore Medical. I am sure everybody in our hospital heard me screaming when I woke up, because what is this pain that I am feeling? Come to find out, when they went to do the surgery, what they were seeing on the ultrasound at my doctor's visit before the surgery was not what they saw when they went in. It was all a lot worse. So they had to cut open my abdomen, like if I had a C-section. So I have a scar about this big on my abdomen. I hate it, but hey, it's a battle wound. And they had to go in and take out several fibroids apparently, all the endometrial tissue that they could. And to top it off, this is the part that is, I'm getting really with you all now. It's a little emotional for me. The endometriosis was cutting out all the tissue, except for the part that my left ovary is glued to the inside of my abdomen, basically, with endometrial tissue. So they could not take it off and like move my ovary kind of back to where it needs to be, because in that process they could damage that ovary, and they thought that that was too risky. So they actually left that endometrial tissue holding that ovary to the inner part of my abdomen. So when I do have a period, like the left side of me is so much more pain than anywhere else. But anyhow, the adenomyosis now, because it's within the walls of the uterus, they actually had to cut a piece of my uterus out to help alleviate some of the symptoms of adenomyosis. So imagine that you have like an apple and you cut like a wedge out of the apple, and then you pull the two sides together and stitch it back together. So that's what I did. Yeah, the recovery time went from about a week to about 9 to 10 weeks. I couldn't do many things for myself. I had to have family members come to the house to help me out, to do basic things like just, bathing. I didn't eat properly for a while. I had severe panic attacks and anxiety, which I think is where my mental health challenges really escalated and started, because I was convinced that if I fell asleep I was gonna die. It got to the point that my doctor, Dr. Narayansingh, had to come home to my house several times to check my vitals, check the scars, check different things, and let me know you are okay, you can sleep. I was on sleep aids. I still couldn't sleep. It was a mess, y'all. The recovery was horrible. Finally got over that, and everything was great. Everything was gravy. I was feeling all right. I was, living life, doing the most. And yeah, then about maybe 8 months ago, period came as per usual. And then 2 weeks later, it came again. And then a week later, it came again. And I was like, oh gosh, not this again. So went back to the doctor. Basically, everything is happening again down there. So I had to go on hormonal treatments for 6 months, which I just came off of 2 months ago. And now I am waiting on my first period to come since that treatment. It hasn't come yet, but with this cramping that's happening, I suspect it is coming soon. I would love if it would just come today, because I am going on vacation the end of next week, and who wants to have that on vacation, So yeah, that's been pretty much my journey of surgeries, pains, different clinical trials, medications, hormonal treatments. Y'all, it's exhausting. I think one of the most emotional battles I've had to deal with, because it's really not easy, especially when you're trying to talk to family and friends and they cannot relate to what you're going on, because in their head it's pretty much okay, you have a period. It's so much more than that. So I do try to raise awareness on it, and also encourage people to get medical advice if they're going through anything similar. It has prevented me from doing certain things in life that I want to, because randomly sometimes I'll be yeah, we're gonna do this, and then I'll be in so much pain I can't move, and I have to cancel on people. I've had to cancel trips. I've had to not take work trips. It can have a severe impact on your life. One of the main things I'm challenged with and coping with right now is the fact that my doctor would have also told me that the chances of me having a child are pretty much slim to none, because they did have to cut out a piece of my uterus. My uterus is not strong enough to hold a baby to full term. There is a chance that my uterus could rupture and both the baby and myself could lose our lives. Of course, I'm a praying woman, I'm a believer, so I'm gonna put God's will above any doctor's word. So if it is his will, it will happen. If not, I just don't have a child that way. Very open to being a stepmom, very open to adoption, very open to surrogacy, like other methods, but ultimately it's in God's hands and I trust him. So that's how I'm trying to deal. As it relates to other ways that I deal with my symptoms and the conditions, first of all, for the pain, there are 3 things that help me the most. And this is like abdominal pain. 1, my hot water bottle. So I just open the top here and I put hot boiled water in it and I place this on my stomach and my back. Yes, I know there are like advanced modern ones. My hair is all in it. That are electric, you plug it in. I don't like those and they don't work as well as this one. So I'm very old school. I stick to my hot water bottle, right? Next thing I have is this Overa Thames machine. And what this does is, these are the little like sticky things, similar to like what you get like stuck on you to do tests at the doctor. So this is just the holding disc that holds them. So it's 2, and you place them on the 2 sides of your lower pelvic area there. And then you turn it on with this remote, which has a handy little clip. So you could clip this onto like your pants and stuff and wear this like at the office and work and stuff. And it has a plus and a minus button. So it's a power, a plus and a minus. So this is really to control the intensity of the electronic pulses. This, I was gifted by one of my friends, bless him. He's like a big brother, not really a friend. And this has really helped me with my pain. There are other ones now where you could just put it on and press a button, and great for them. My shilling oil. This, I rub it on my whole body when I start to feel pain, because she have magic in her, right? And then the last thing that I really use is more so for my legs, because I do get cramping in my legs as well. This massage gun, very, very, very helpful to just get into your legs. This game changer, right? Apart from that, I do take supplements off and on if I need to. Also anti-inflammatory juice, green juice. So I would juice like spinach, cucumbers, kale, green apples. I could put a recipe down below. I drink that. I also have turmeric in my diet, ginger in my diet a lot for my digestive issues. I try to keep active and exercise. I try to stay off of gluten and red meat. So those are the main things that I do to try and control my symptoms. Like I said, I'm an open book when it comes to endometriosis and adenomyosis. There's no shame in my game. I do not feel any kind of way to talk about female reproductive health, menstruation, periods, etc. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you want to reach out to me via email, it's in my contact on here on my channel. I am always willing and ready to talk about it and answer any questions that people have. So thank you so much for listening and for, joining me on this talk, this TED talk about my experience. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my journey. It's ongoing. There is no cure for endometriosis. And for adenomyosis, the only cure is actually a hysterectomy. I just turned 40. I have no kids. I'm not having a hysterectomy tomorrow. No. Like I said, God's will. If he wants me to have a child, I still need that uterus. So we're leaving it where it is for now. And we're going to manage your symptoms with painkillers and other supplements and diet changes and, all my little contraptions and stuff. And yeah, that's just what it's gonna be. So it's an ongoing battle, and you guys will be fighting it with me clearly since I have now started this vlog. So that is it for this vlog. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.